Guys, I'm running out of things to say about Nikola Jokic.
Goes into Gobert. Curls, fires, gets it. Rebound Jokic, down court, Murray! 12 assists with Jokic. Accelerates and takes it down.
It feels like years ago, but it was just over a week ago when the Denver Nuggets were blown out by the Minnesota Timberwolves, going down 0-2 in the series, and there were a lot of people that showed how little ball they know. Jokic is going to get that MVP and is going to get killed like Dirk in 2007. It's almost like the best player in the league plays in a league with only 4 other centers. That boy is in hell. And my personal favorite, I've yet to see the guy who's better than peak Bron and Steph impact the game more than Nas Reed this series. Well, since those tweets and these opinions were had by people all over social media and even on television,
this series is a wrap. Minnesota is better than the Nuggets.
Nikola Jokic has averaged 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists on typically great efficiency against a team that many consider one of the best defenses of the last 20 years.
This is the best defense in the NBA, and the D stands for dog.
But his most recent performance left me shaking my head. I'm still struggling to comprehend what I just saw unfold with my very own eyes. You all saw what he did to Rudy Gobert, hitting him with moves like this in the post, where he spins one way, back the other way, and then look at the hook shot off the top of the glass, getting it to drop. Everyone wants to talk about his footwork, which is incredible, but how many players in NBA history can make a shot like that? That's the equivalent of a Kyrie Irving acrobatic layup for a big man. Or how about from the middle of the floor? Again, multiple different moves before having the soft touch to drop it in, and Rudy was getting slandered to no end by everyone. But the Wolves had 3 other guys who were all damn near 7 foot try to contain Jokic, and none of them did any better. But it's one thing to be unstoppable as a scorer. We've seen guys like that before, and we will continue to see guys like that. What makes Nikola Jokic truly unguardable is he is simultaneously the best passer in the NBA and possibly the greatest passer ever. And I know to some that is a crazy thing to say. To those people, I present you the third quarter of Game 5, where he had possibly the best display of passing I have ever seen in a single quarter. He started the quarter with a simple dime. He catches Ant sleeping for a second, so feeds MPJ for the open 3. But this is where it gets good. Jokic has the ball out top. He gives it up to Murray, quickly cuts backdoor, and with Gobert stepping up, he draws Gobert away from the rim before throwing it behind his head with AG unable to finish. 30 seconds later, it's that man again. This time Gordon sets the screen for Jokic to get downhill. Once again, Gobert helps off AG, and look at the left-hand wraparound pass, but Rudy is there to swat the shot away. And look at the defense from Rudy on that play. That's why he's a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. And the only reason I'm highlighting that is because Jokic is so good that the entire world thinks Rudy Gobert sucks at basketball. I'm actually starting to feel bad for Rudy Gobert, because you're looking at one of the most unguardable players ever, and instead of saying that, a lot of people are just saying that Rudy Gobert is a fake Defensive Player of the Year. No, I promise you, Jokic is that good. Let me remind you, he has done the same to Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Draymond Green in just the last couple of postseasons alone. Let's get back to his passing display. After failing to get the easy 2s inside, Jokic decided it was time to try something different. So he walks the ball up the floor, KCP sets the screen for him popping out to the 3-point line, and it's a casual behind the back pass for an open 3. The very next possession down the floor, the Wolves put up a 3. Jokic rebounds it with his left hand, tipping it to his right, and in one motion, it's just a picture-perfect pass to Jamal for the dunk. And at this point, I had already lost my mind watching all of this unfold. But this next play, it was even crazier. He runs the two-man game with Murray. He gets the ball in the middle of the floor, takes a quick glance baseline before then throwing a no-look behind the back bounce pass to AG, who nearly finishes the play in highlight fashion. And what makes Jokic a better passer than anyone in the game is his processing speed. We've all seen highlights of guys throwing crazy no-look passes or behind the back passes. The difference is, all of these plays are made by guards who are handling the ball the entire possession, and then they are able to adjust as they see the defense react. Jokic is getting the ball and at the same time adjusting to what the defense is doing before then dropping the dime. It's the exact reason the pick and roll with he and Jamal Murray is completely unguardable, because outside of their scoring ability, he can do things like this.
Murray off the screen, pocket pass, one more, and there's Aaron Gordon from that dunker spot so lethal.
It's an ability to read the game unlike we've ever seen before, and in just the space of 8 minutes, he threw 3 behind the back passes, a wraparound pass around 2 7-footers, and of course a typical Jokic full court one-handed dime. And you want to know what he did the remaining 4 minutes of that quarter? He scored 10 straight points, ending the quarter with 16 points, 4 assists, and 3 passes that should have been assists. If you want to know how to dissect an all-time great defense, well, don't bother watching this because there are no other Nikola Jokic's, but it was still fun to watch. And this was the epitome of what James Worthy said following the Lakers series.
To me, he's Magic and Kareem on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
He's a guard, he makes great decisions, hell of a pass, and then when he wants to be Kareem, he goes down and dominates. So
that quarter right there was the closest you will get to a combination of Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the floor at the same time. And his stat line reflected that, becoming just the second player in NBA history to record 40 points, 10 assists, and 0 turnovers in a game. The other name? Chris Paul, who many consider the greatest floor general in NBA history. Do you know how wild it is that Jokic can control a game like a small point guard, but then also use his size and strength in the post like all of the best big man ever, giving you 40 points off tough buckets all night long against the 4 times Defensive Player of the Year winner? Even Anthony Edwards just had to tip his cap.
I just laugh. That's all I can do. I mean, he the MVP, he's the best player in the NBA. Yeah, tonight, he was special tonight. I got to give him his flowers.
Now, if you can remember back to last year, Nikola Jokic became the first player in NBA history to lead the playoffs in total points, total rebounds, and total assists. Well, so far through these playoffs, he's currently 3rd in total points, 1st in rebounds, 1st in assists. Oh, and that's right, he's also 1st in steals. Clearly, Jokic wasn't happy enough leading the 3 major categories. He decided he wanted to try and add steals to his resume. And this is a good segue, because Jokic has been criticized for his defense during these playoffs, and some of it has been warranted. I don't think he played to the level he can through those first 2 games against Minnesota. However, in Game 5, he was a major reason Anthony Edwards struggled. We all know Ant was double-teamed and trapped on most possessions, but it's Jokic's job as the big to consistently get to the level of the screen and then move his feet. Just take this play for example, where he comes to the level initially, Gobert then sets another screen, Jokic slides over again, and watch him move his feet, keeping Edwards in front of him before swiping at the ball and getting the steal. And don't just take my word for it, this is what Christian Braun said after the game.
I mean, he's going to get a lot of credit for how good he was tonight on offense, but I think the biggest difference in these last 3 games has been his levels on defense.
What's so impressive about this is just the conditioning it takes. And I've said this before, Nikola Jokic is one of the fittest players in the NBA. Yes, he is. Because to control the game like a point guard, post up multiple different defenders like a big man, and then also work tirelessly on defense, getting to the level of the screen, and then rotating back to the paint, that's a level of responsibility that very few players in NBA history have ever had. Guys, I don't even know what to say anymore. Now, if you want to continue to hear me talk about this and more things like this, consider subscribing. It's free. Either way, have a great day. Bye.